अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। On the today, first of all, today is the day of Eid, Sayyidul Ayyam, Yawm al-Eid, Yawm al-Jummah. So I would request all the students to remember me in your dua, right? In this video, I am going to share with you Mother's Day, the summary of Mother's Day. I already uploaded one video with regards to this drama. It is written by J.B. Priestley. It's very nice and very interesting drama and very easy to understand. You have to, this is also from Snapshot, means supplementary textbook. You have to study it yourself. Inshallah, if time permit, we will sure discuss it line to line. So let us discuss this. Let us discuss the summary of this drama. The play begins with the following play is a humorous portrayal of the status of mother in a family. I already had discussed about the importance of mother in our faith, right? Let's read on to see how Mrs. Pearson family react when she tried to stand up for her own rights. When one mother who was not treated well inside by the member of the family, and when she stood up for her rights, how she was being treated by the members of the family. Let's see. The play begins with two friends having a candid conversation at Pearson's house, at Annie Pearson's house, right? Mrs. Fizerland is telling Mrs. Pearson's fortune and advise her on it. So there is one lady whose name is Mrs. Annie Pearson. She is the mother, right? She has two children. Cyril and Doris, right? So she is not at all respected by her daughter, by her son, as well as by her husband. She is considered as puppet. She is not given that much equal respect in the family. Though she is there doing hard work for them, she is there looking after them, she cooks for them, she keeps house very neat and clean for them. She does everything for them, but still she is not at all respected by her husband also and by her children also. So she has one friend who is well-wisher of hers. Her name is Fizerland. I pronounce it Fizerald, right? Fizerald, she is very aggressive by nature. She has a bellicose personality. She is so angry by nature, and she is a fortune teller. She is a magician, and she came into contact with Mrs. Annie Pearson, and she came to know her deplorable, pitiable, and very pathetic condition, right? And she came to know also that she is not respected at all by the member of her family. So she advised her. She suggested her to stand for her rights, to object, to become rebel against these people. Otherwise, they will not. Unless and until you raise your voice, you will not be given your rights. Unless and until you fight for your rights, you will be deprived from your rights. Unless and until you give them answer back, they will not respect you. But Mrs. Annie Pearson was very kind-hearted person, soft-hearted person. So she is not. She had an opinion. She told her that one day they are now children and they will become very fine. One day they will become very humble and very kind-hearted towards her. One day, but Fitzgerald, she is a strong-hearted person, right? So she advised her not to allow member of your family to dominate over her. So she advised her to raise her voice, to become rebel against these people. And at last she suggests, being a magician and fortune teller, she advised her to swap their personality, to exchange their personality, right? And Fizerland was a magician and she was able to exchange the personality. she was knowing the magic, so having knowledge of magic, she advised her friend Mrs. Annie Pearson to exchange their personality, to swap their personality, so that whatever behavior of Switzerland would come in the personality of Miss Annie Pearson, and whatever means what kind of behavior or personality Miss Annie Pearson has, is it will come into the body of Fitzgerald. And it was agreed upon, and they both she started doing some magic words, right, and the personality got exchanged. Now what happened, Miss Annie Pearson personality Miss Annie Pearson personality goes into the body of Fitzgerald, and his Fitzgerald personality goes into the body of Miss Annie Pearson. Means their behavior are totally changed, right? Let's see what happened inside the house. So Mrs. Pearson goes about telling how her family members don't value her and don't appreciate whatever she does for them. She is not at all respected by the members of the family. She is available for them 24/7, and all they do is come in, throw orders around at her, and leave without even saying thank you. So this was the respect of Miss Annie Pearson inside the house. She is not at all respected. Miss Fitzgerald tells to take her stand. She tell her to take her stand or to fight for it as the woman of the house. But Mrs. Annie Pearson, being the sweet and innocent lady, doesn't want to bring her family any sort of discomfort. So she continued to handle their tantrums. She continued to bear their tantrums. She continued to bear their harassment, right? Because she doesn't know where to begin, and when it comes to making them disciplined, she was not how to make them disciplined, she was not knowing it. Miss Fitzgerald proposed a plan to switch their body, to exchange their personality, right, so that Fitzgerald takes her place without her family knowing. So she had some magical word, and by this way the personality of both got exchanged. Mrs. Annie Pearson is hesitant at the first. She said no, it might create a problem, and if it would be permanent, if the personality is once the personality is exchanged, and if it remain permanent, then it would be very difficult. Then Fitzgerald made her sure. She assured her that it is reversible, right? So Fitzgerald takes her place without her family knowing. Mrs. Pearson is hesitant at the first, but then Mrs. Fitzgerald convinced her for it. Mrs. Fitzgerald performed her magic that she hadn't learned from. Miss Fitzgerald performed her magic that she had learned from the east. She learned magic from the east side, right? And their personality are changed. Now let's see what happened inside the house. Now Miss Fitzgerald is actually in Mrs. Pearson's body, and vice versa, and Miss Pearson's body is there in Miss Fitzgerald, right? Vice versa. Let's see now what will happen. Now new Miss Pearson, Mrs. Annie Pearson tells Miss Fitzgerald to go to her house for the time being. Right, so she is there going to her house, Miss Annie Pearson, and now because her personality is changed because of that magic, so she had a personality of Fitzgerald inside her body. Now, sometimes it happens that if someone is under the spell of jinn or ghost, her personality is changed. If a girl is affected by the personality of jinn, right? If jinn come inside the body of any girl, then her voice will also, she would speak like a male. She had a different kind of voice, and she will behave in a different way because the jinn is already there inside the body. So it is possible. So something at a this personalization, I don't believe it. But for the sake of teaching you, it's okay, fine. But jinn comes in the body of someone. That is the reality. Even the ghost also come in the body of someone, right? Those people who commit suicide and those who are killed in a very cruel way. Those, especially those who commit suicide, they become ghosts. This is the reality, because they have killed themselves, and their time of death by God hasn't come. So their spirits, their ghosts, just roam here and there. That's why girls should always. That's why during the time of Maghrib, especially girls must not have bareheaded. Otherwise, they might become victim of this ghost or jinn. Let's see what happened now. Now Mrs. What is the name? Miss Annie Pearson goes to her house. Now she is totally changed. Now Mrs. Pearson tells Switzerland to go to her house for the time being. At this moment in the play, Doris Pearson, Miss Doris is a daughter of Annie Pearson, daughter of Mrs. Pearson, entered the scene asking for tea. She was bullying with her, asking for tea. Mother, please make a tea for me. And ordering Mrs. Pearson, Annie Pearson, to iron her yellow silk. She ordered her every day. She ordered like this way. She got shocked at the sight of her mother smoking. First of all, she was shocked that her mother, because she never smoked, so she was smoking, because the personality of Switzerland is there inside her. And from there, the argument begins when Mrs. Pearson insults Charlie Spence. So when Mrs. Pearson, Annie Pearson, asked for making a tea by her daughter, at that time she was smoking, and she scolded her daughter, saying that, idiot, you are running after a boy whose name is Charlie Pearson. He does not have proper face. He has a big teeth in the size of spade, and you become a girlfriend of that boy. Shame on you. Right? She got shocked at the sight of her mother smoking, and from there the argument begins when Mrs. Pearson insults her boyfriend named Charlie Spence. The guy she is about to go out with Doris. Right? Doris leave crying. She started crying because she is being scolded. She is being scolded by her mother. So she leaves the house crying. And Cyril, her brother now come, means her son. Right? Her son also come, her brother enter asking for a tea and something to eat. He too is amazed at having come home to see that there is nothing to eat and to tea to drink. Every day she makes a tea for them, she cooks for them, but now she was smoking and she was just sitting, staring at this daughter and son. And when Cyril comes over there and asks for the tea, nothing was cooked, nothing was prepared, no tea was made, and he become very angry. Upon asking if anything is wrong, Annie Pearson tells him that she had never felt better. Right? She had never been respected by you. She had never been treated well by you. Right? So she become very angry with the son and with daughter. Cyril gets annoyed. Son also get annoyed, and Doris joined him, where they are told that Mrs. Pearson, Annie Pearson, might even take the weekend off. Even Miss Annie Pearson told her son and daughter that now she will have weekend, because she doesn't give any holiday. She just keep on doing work for them from morning till late night. Right? She cooks food for them. She keep the house very clean for them. She makes everything for them. She prays the clothes for them. She does iron for them. She is not at all respected. How long will it go like this way? Right? Now she told her that you people goes for work, but you do have holiday. You do have Sunday off. You don't do any kind of work. Whereas I don't get any kind of holiday. And she told them strictly that now she would also have holiday. Next, George Pearson, her husband, comes over there, enter the scene. Shocked to see his wife drinking. He was very shocked to see that his wife was drinking alcohol. She was drinking, right? So he was shocked to see her. He was shocked to see her wife drinking, right? Now let's see what happened. He announced that he has some special match at the club, and then he won't be requiring any tea this afternoon. On being told there is no tea, he gets annoyed again. He was very surprised to see his wife drinking alcohol, drinking wine, and he told her that you have not prepared a tea, and she became very angry with her husband, because He always consider her as puppet. He always consider as a maid servant. She become very angry with her husband and she started making fun of that idiot. You are not at all respected at the club. You go often over there where you go often at the place where you are not respected and you are shouting at me. You should show your courage over there in the club where you are being made fun of by your friends. She tells him that the names they call him at the club. She further taunt him that this would not have happened had he stay at home once in a while. After a while, Miss Fitzgerald enters. So every member of the family, mother, Cyril, Doris, her husband, they all got shocked that these drastic changes, right? These drastic changes has taken place in the personality of mother is not understood, right? At that time, now it is too much. She started shouting. They all become very humble. They all started giving respect to her, right? They don't give answer back. They come to know their blunders and everything. At that time, who comes over there? Miss Fitzgerald. Miss Fitzgerald enter. Right? She interfere in their family matters. George gets annoyed when Mrs. Fitzgerald call him by his name. But just like it had been happening all day. Annie Pearson barged in to bring George on track. She started scolding. Doris entered the scene and she too is not very pleasant to Mrs. Fitzgerald. Miss Annie Pearson brings her on track too. At this point, Miss Fitzgerald, actually Mrs. Pearson, loses her cool and asks the family member to excuse the two friends for a moment. Right? They wanted to have a separate meeting. So she promised them that she knows how to make the situation better. Miss Fitzgerald asked Mrs. Pearson to switch their body, and while Miss Fitzgerald resisted at first, right? So Annie Pearson asked Fitzgerald to exchange their personality because it is too much, right? But she hesitated, but now she agreed. But later she agreed to do it. They repeat the process. Same magical words were spoken and they put the hands in hands and the personality got exchanged. Means real personality, right? The real behavior comes. They repeat the process they did in the first place. The real Mrs. Fitzgerald now explained Mrs. Pearson how important it is for her to be a bit dominating once in a while to establish her control and respect. She advised her not to become soft-hearted, dominant over these people, otherwise they will not listen you. The family enters and Miss Pearson suggests that they play rummy and the kids make supper. Everyone now kids also start making food by themselves. They start doing the work of the house themselves. Everyone instantly agree and they are a bit relieved too. Miss Fitzgerald exit and the play ends. We'll discuss the question answer inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.